Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. I am one half, Anthony Carboni, and to my right is the other half, Justin Vilche. And oh boy, we got a lot to talk about today. Heartbreak, sadness has been in the city of Toronto since the Game 7 loss to the Los Angeles Dodgers, which we will go into first. Hockey, it's vibing right now. We've got teams that are, as we kind of thought, with the future looking bright, they were looking really good, especially one team over in California. 5 wins in a row for our boy Sandy's Anaheim Ducks, which we will get into later this episode. The Toronto Maple Leafs, having a rocky October, starting the month of November 3-0. OV record breaker. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk to the boy, Justin. Justin. What's going
Like that,
on?
bro.
What's going on? He's got the Movember facial hair going up now, eh?
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts, but it's chilling. Everything good. Took a couple days to regroup after heartbreaking Game 7 loss again. But it was okay because, the Leafs are on an absolute tear right now, 3 wins in a row. So, you know, it's okay. It's,
I
it's okay.
I want to start right away with the Blue Jays, but yeah, man, just shitty weather, shitty Canadian weather. Not vibey at all right now. It's
No,
very cloudy and rainy, and
snow soon.
still waiting for the recycling to come. It's like almost 5 o'clock, and they still haven't picked up the recycling. But you know, we'll got bigger things to worry about. We got hockey to talk about. We got the devastating Blue Jays Game 7 loss. Let's talk about this magical run and start off with how proud are we of our boys in the Blue Jays uniforms, Justin?
I mean, it's hard to say that I'm proud because we did lose Game 7 and we were up in the series. But I still got to be proud of the boys because we were like 24 and 24 after like 48 games into the season. We were like literally the definition of mid, and the guys came around and they were absolutely sensational from that point on. And they actually gave me hope that they were going to win the World Series. And there's guys on this team that I never heard of before the season started, bro. And like they
Give us some
cemented.
names. Give us some names.
Well, Nathan Lucas, by the way, absolute dog. Okay, this season he was absolutely tremendous for us. Okay, last year, Ernie Clement. Last year we were like, okay, we don't know how good Ernie Clement can be, and we don't know if he's even going to be a part of the team in the future because he was on and off. Ernie Clement is part of the future. Okay, Ernie Clement has got to be in the lineup every day or 90% of the season. 95% of the season for the next 10 years. Okay, Ernie Clement is such a dog. Okay, that is our guy. Okay, utility man can hit the ball, clutch hits every game he gets on base. Okay, that is our guy right there. Um, Trey Savage. I mean, nobody really heard of him before the season, and this season, absolutely lights out for us. Okay, he was absolutely huge for a postseason run, and we are so lucky to have a pitcher like him for the next who knows how long. Could be another 10 years. Okay, the Blue Jays, you know, they gave me hope for next year. Okay, and obviously for the future because I'll tell you this right now. Vladdy's here for another 14 years. Okay, we will make the World Series again. Okay, there's no way Vladdy's going to go another 14 years without making a World Series in Toronto. It's going to happen. Okay, we're going to win it eventually. I just don't know when. Okay, and the fact that I'm not upset that we lost. I'm a little disappointed, but like I said, we're gonna make it again. Okay, I just don't see how we don't make it again. So the fact that in the first year that Vladdy finally signed his extension, we made the World Series, dude. Who knows how many times we're gonna make the World Series now in in the next 14 years? It could be 3, 4, 5 times, and it brings me excitement, and I'm excited for next year and the year after that and the year after that and the year after that because we're only going to get better and we're only going to get more prospects coming up because we have a ton of prospects and we already have guys who we know can perform in the playoffs in the big moments.
Yeah, I mean, Wow, we've been paying attention all season with this Blue Jays team, and I remember like watching that Canada Day game against the Yankees, and that's that when that moment clicked when the Jays went on like a tear in the summer, like basically almost going undefeated, right? Like it was unbelievable the run that they've had, and this postseason, I mean, going up against the Yankees in the divisional series, that was big. Excuse me, a lot of Yankees fans talking their shit, saying that Vladdy's not a superstar and this team's not great. You know, Jays beat them up all year. They go in, destroy them, just absolutely destroyed the New York Yankees. Games 1 and 2 in Toronto. I want to talk, and then obviously they go play the Seattle Mariners. Game 7, you down 2-0 in your home building, right? You go into Seattle and then you win two out of
Two out of
three.
three.
You go back home and win game 6, and George Springer is probably the second greatest home run behind what's I'm trying to remember, I'm like blanking right now. The home run in 93,
Joe Carter.
Joe Carter. Jesus, I don't know why that blanked. Joe Carter, probably second all time, and out of biggest Blue Jays hits in history, setting them to the World Series. And then, I mean, that first game against the Dodgers, I mean, wow, they killed them in their home building. You
Yeah.
go down 2-1, come out of LA up 3-2 with the chance to win in Toronto, and they couldn't get it done. We'll talk about that in a second, but we'll go more into depth in that series. But Kirk, I mean, our boy Mitty, he was, pretty consistent throughout the playoffs, except for a little bit in the World Series where he kind of dipped down. He was playing pretty well though, I would say. I want to give a shout to Ernie
It was
Clement.
great.
Ernie Clement, oh my goodness, you already pointed that out. This guy set our MLB record for most hits in a postseason, right? That was absolutely insane from a guy that was released by the Oakland Athletics. Mind you, he was released by them, and now he comes to Toronto and makes a name for himself, and definitely going to get a big payday on his next contract. Yes, Savage, Trey Savage. Oh my goodness, I had no idea who this guy was 4 months ago, two
Nobody
months,
really knew.
3 months ago. Nobody knew. He came from Single A baseball. He comes in where the Jays are in the race with the Yankees for that divisional title. He comes in, plays three or it was a 3 or 4 regular season games, and then he comes in and beats the Yankees. He beats the Mariners and he beats the Dodgers, and he's playing in the Game 7 of the World Series. He's played more playoff games than regular season games. And it's not that he was coming out of the bullpen. No, he's starting. He was starting for these guys. Arguably, and I've said this to many people, I think he's honestly the Blue Jays' best pitcher, best starting pitcher. I love watching this guy pitch. It's just wild to see what he did to guys like Otani, striking out Otani, making that nice iconic photo of him with his helmet off. Uh, Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, beating these hitters and getting a lot of strikeouts. I mean, he recorded one. How many strikeouts did he get in the postseason?
I don't even know. I know one of the games he had like 12 plus strikeouts. I'm like,
Exactly,
okay, this
exactly.
is
It
this
was
is
it
this is
was
crazy.
nuts, exactly. And for a 22-year-old who was playing Single A a couple months before, coming into this doing that, sensational, sensational. We got to talk about Vladdy. Oh my goodness, our boy Vladdy. Whew, after all, we were so concerned last year about him not being signed. He signs that $500 million deal, comes in and has arguably one of the greatest postseason runs a player could have. 8 homers, the diving plays, the
Yeah.
defense, just the moments. I'm more ready. His his Dominican accent. Oh man, we just had so many memories
Dude,
of Vladdy hitting that right there, that performance from Vladdy in this postseason was the reason, or is something that the Leafs and other Toronto teams have to look at when it comes to performing when the lights are bright. Vladdy is a perfect example of that. He performed tremendously throughout this postseason, and he honestly would have won the MVP of the World Series if they obviously won Game 7. But Addison Barger as well. He came up really big this year as well, especially later on in the playoffs. It
yeah.
sucks. It sucks we couldn't have Bo Bichette. It sucks we couldn't have Bo Bichette throughout the postseason. He did make his moment like in Game 7, hitting a big 3-run home run. We got to talk about Springer as well. I mean, how many injuries is that guy going through? Coming in with
Mhm.
the knee, the arm, everything, and still coming in and hitting the ball. So just an all around great team. I just don't want to see Brendan Little back and IKF. I just don't want to see those two back. But
Yeah, I can't have got to go.
IKF got to
Um,
go. But what honestly, Justin, before we dive into the actual series, like what are your like overall thoughts on this team? Is this one of the best teams we've seen? This is the
this
best
is
team.
this is
This is the
this
best
is
team we've seen. You and me.
yes, yes, yes. This is the best team we have seen. Um, I mean, again, Vladdy showed, dude. If you perform for Toronto teams in the playoffs, you will be loved. Nobody will ever say a bad thing about Vladdy again. Okay, Vladdy. 2 days after losing the World Series, he's there on a flight with his ALCS MVP trophy, on the way to Cancun, having the time of his life. I'm like, you know what, dude? I was happy to see that because he's not in his head. He knows it wasn't his fault. He did the best he could, which, I mean, like, every game he was there for us. Like, he tried his heart out, and we could see that. And Vladdy, like, we are so lucky to have a guy like him for the next 15 years. When he signed that contract in the springtime, I said, there's no more excuses for this Jays team. There's no more distractions. Vladdy's here to stay. You got to build around him. Let's play some baseball. And that's exactly what they did. Now, Bo Bichette, he's a free agent as of right now. Okay, they got to sign him. Okay, because Bichette and Vlad came up together. Okay, they are our future. Okay, I don't want to see Bo go and then we only have Vlad. Bo is a huge part of this franchise coming up for the next 15 years. Okay, along with Vladdy. Okay, Bo is great offensively. He was leading the league in hits before he got injured. I mean, even when he was still injured, he was still leading the league in hits. Okay, he's great defensively. Yes, he's lost a little bit of pace, but his hitting, his contact power, and defense really all just push his speed away. Like his speed doesn't really matter when it comes to him having all these other aspects of his game. So Bichette, he's gonna get a payday, and the Blue Jays better pay him. Okay, because I cannot see Bo Bichette leaving. That cannot happen. Um, Free agency is now, like how I said, they got to get another lefty bat, like a Kyle Tucker. A Tucker would be absolutely sensational, or Cody Bellinger. I would love a Bellinger because I'm pretty sure he would hit 30 plus home runs in this ballpark that is relatively small compared to other ballparks in the MLB. Um, and yeah, like if they could get another starting pitcher in the offseason, that would be fantastic. I've seen, Screwball might one out of Detroit now. It's a little bit of a reach, that we will trade for him, but that would be absolutely sensational work. But there's guys like Freddie Peralta from the Milwaukee Brewers, who's also a free agent. That would be very fascinating. And dude, the Jays have a lot of options, and I think they will be aggressive. And I think now a lot of free agents are going to want to come here. Like they saw that, dude. Everybody talks about the clubhouse. The clubhouse, everybody loves it. Shane Bieber, Shane Bieber, he could have opted out of his contract to get more money. He decided to stay for the year and get 16 million because he likes being here. Guys like being here, and the more guys that like to say that, the more free agents are going to hear that, and they're going to be like, okay, let's go play for Toronto. So I'm excited for this offseason. And dude, bring it on, man. Like
That starting pitching squad heading into next season? I mean, you got Gosman, you got you Savage, you got Bieber, you got You think Bassett comes back and play
I
and
think
pitches in the starting roster?
I don't think in the starting roster. I think he'll be bullpen because we saw this postseason he was great in the bullpen, and he's getting up there in age. I can see him being a bullpen guy, and I would be perfectly okay with that.
And
No problem.
how about Mad Max? Max Scherzer, crazy dog. I mean, yelling in John Schneider's face, telling him he wants to stay on the mound. Um, what do you think? Do you think he remains in the starting rotation, or do you see a guy like Sir Anthony Dominguez coming up and potentially taking
No,
over?
no, no. Sorry, Dominguez is never going to be a starting pitcher. That can't happen. Um, I mean, look, there's definitely another replacement in free agency that you could replace Max Scherzer with. Max Scherzer is like going to be 42, bro. You're telling me there's no other younger pitchers that you could replace him with, dude? You have Bieber, Gosman, you Savage. That's already your top three. Barrios will come back. Okay, we
You
already have.
think so?
He will come back. He will come back. I'm confident in Barrios. That's already four, dude. The number five starter, bro. You could sign a Freddie Peralta. You don't have to sign Max Scherzer again. Like he's getting up there in age. It's perfectly okay for him not to come back. He did his thing with us. We loved him, in the postseason, and that's it. It didn't work out in the end. He didn't win the World Series. Let's call it a day. Let's get somebody else. Get somebody new.
Damn, doesn't seem like you're much of a fan.
I am a fan, but dude, he's gonna be 42 years old. Like
Well,
you're telling me
Clay.
there's
Well,
nobody younger?
They had Clayton Kershaw on the Dodgers, and he won a World Series. So
Yeah, but how old was he then?
I don't even know. 42, 43, same age.
Okay, and he pitched like one inning.
I know,
And
but wouldn't it be what?
Roberts used all his other pitchers. He barely used Kershaw.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess, but I would. I don't know. I would just love to see Scherzer stay with the Blue Jays. Um, let's get into the Dodgers series now. I mean, arguably one of the greatest World Series ever
Yeah.
in baseball history. It drew like 25 million viewers, which was more than the NBA Finals, mind you. So for those NBA fans saying that baseball's dead, I mean, doesn't seem like it. And I want to give credit to that basically being, the Blue Jays. I think if it was any other American baseball club, I don't think the viewership would be as high, right? Because, all of Canada is rallying behind the Blue Jays. And I feel like that definitely adds viewership. It adds an entire. Not to say like some Canadians are going to watch, like, not going to watch baseball in the playoffs at all. But I feel like now with, like, them playing for a nation, they would be behind it
Mhm.
more and on the sport more. But honestly, one of the greatest World Series we've seen. Um, oh man, the Dodgers.
But we had an 18 inning game, bro.
If the Jays didn't, if the Jays won that game, they would have won the World Series in LA.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? But game one, obviously, I think Savage got the start for that one. Pitched a great game. Obviously, they won 11-4. Not much else to say about that. The next game, game two, was a bit tough. They couldn't get any runs going. And
Against Yamamoto.
against Yamamoto, who, like, oh my god, like, wow.
Disgusting stuff.
Where are they getting these Japanese players from? Like, honest, like, they're just spawning in, like, on this Dodgers team. They're all over
Well,
the squad.
Japan did win the World Baseball Classic a couple of years ago. So,
They did.
so
It was the Otani Trout Bowl right there.
yeah.
But
So
I
Japan.
unbelievable from Yamamoto, man. Just his pitches, like you feel like they could have hit them, but they all of a sudden just drop, and I mean, unbelievable game from him. Game three, I mean, playing two full games, yeah, and losing an awful walk-off home run from, of course, Freddie Freeman of all people. Yeah, it's tough, very tough. I mean, the Jays used every pitcher possible. If it went further, we could have seen like Kirk throwing, like, pitching. It could have gone to that point. But
Yeah.
tough loss. But then, I mean, Bieber's game, he comes in, absolutely rolls the Dodgers, and the Jays win in dominating fashion. And then the next night, Savage pitches again, and then once again another dominating performance by the Blue Jays. Two on Blake Snell, by the way, who was, had his comments after the game. Dave Schneider comes into the lineup, first pitch,
First pitch.
home run in Game 5 of the World Series. That that was his first hit of the postseason ever, like, in his entire career, and it was a home run. That is just wild. And then two pitches later, Vladdy bomb 2-0. The Jays go back home to Toronto up 3-2, and then controversial game 6. I mean, the ball got stuck in the wall. What are your thoughts on that, Justin? And
I mean,
how unlucky was that?
that shouldn't have been a double. Only because I've seen that happen before, and they've ruled it a home run. So we got scammed, bro. We got scammed. We got scammed because it literally happened before, and a home run has been given. Like, Prince Fielder, like 15 years ago, it happened to him. The ball got stuck. It wasn't ruled a double. It was ruled a home run. Like they
But
should
how
have won that game
but how could it be ruled a home run if it didn't even reach the top of the
because
standings?
because because they crossed the bases. Barger hit the ball right, and he kept running. He got home. He never got thrown out.
Mm.
Nobody threw him out because nobody touched the ball. It was a home run. It
But why couldn't they
was
just
an inside.
they
It was
could
inside the park home
because they
run.
could have just picked up the ball and fucking thrown it,
Yeah,
right?
but yes, which is correct. But the outfielder. But one of the rules is if the ball gets stuck, if the ball gets stuck, it's a ground rule double, right? But I've also seen it happen where it's not a ground rule double. You just continue playing. It's like make up your mind. Like, is it a double or not? Like,
And then obviously game 7, I mean, that was just like the Jays were up both three-run home run to start in the third inning or fourth inning. And then, all of a sudden the Blue Jays, giving up meatballs in the middle of the pitcher of the box. And they just hit home runs. Muncy, who else hit a home run?
Miguel Rojas,
Oh,
Will Smith,
Will Smith, like, oh my goodness, man, giving up
bro, Will
meatballs.
Smith,
Like, I gotta give what's his name, Miguel Rios. How do you say his last name?
Rojas.
Rojas. I gotta give him credit. I mean, the guy came in as the ninth hitter. He wasn't even playing in most of the playoffs. He comes in and hits a bomb to tie it in the ninth inning. But that's right there. Right there is where you should be winning the game. Right there. I have one out. It's a 3-2 count. Jeff Hoffman, okay, a guy that we all season. Remember when we went to that game against the Brewers? Right there, he comes in and lays a because think about it. It's the ninth batter, okay? It's the ninth batter. It's the bottom of the rotation, the worst batter, right? He comes in, gives him a meatball right in the middle. And the
A
ninth
slider.
and the ninth hitter hits a home run to tie the World Series. And all you had to do next was strike out Shohei Ohtani, which would have been hard. You could have just walked the guy, but I don't know. Who knows? What if he struck him out? 3-2. It would be a two out count. Ohtani maybe hits a pop up. You never know, and the Jays could win the World Series. That right there is what is unbelievable, unbelievable and unacceptable. But for them, and then obviously the bottom of the ninth. Oh my goodness, man!
Bases loaded, bro. One out.
Bases
And
loaded.
IKF is literally like hugging the base. Dude, dude, how about you take a lead, bro? Like, there's nobody covering third base. No one. Because bro, nobody can cover that base. Like, you literally can, because if a ball gets hit in play and you're covering that third base, you're leaving a huge gap between shortstop and third base, bro. And you're losing that game if anybody gets a hit through that side. Like, there's nobody covering third base. Why is IKF hugging the base, bro? He's 90 feet away from third base to home plate. He scores there, we win the World Series. Why is he right there? What is he scared of?
That was the argument. They even challenged it because Smith's foot was like right on the plate as IKF slid in, but just the moments like that where you have the bases loaded and with one out, a sac fly wins you the World Series. Think about that. A sac fly wins the World Series. It's just
I've seen
it's just
I've seen
wild.
Vladdy I've seen Vladdy chug around the bases in New York, flying like Superman to get to home plate, head first, bro. And IKF has the hand mitt on, and he's sliding with his feet. What are you doing? Sacrifice the body, bro. That wins titles. If he slid like Vladdy does, we're winning the World Series right there. If he's full on chugging to home plate, sacrificing the body, we are winning that World Series.
It's so tough. It's so tough. I mean, he was defending it after. I don't know if you saw. He was saying like that was the right positioning, but on the opposite side, people on Twitter. I don't know if you saw. Like you saw the report. People were threatening to break his legs. I don't know if you saw that,
Okay,
which is absolutely ridiculous. Unbel-
that's crazy.
that's nuts. I mean, like this guy's getting Mitch Marner treatment. My goodness, that is absolutely insane. Threatening to break someone's legs because he slid into home plate. That is absolutely ridiculous. But the Jays, I saw the stat. I think they had like 16 chances to get guys in. Like with
Yeah,
with the bases loaded, they went 3 for 16 or 17 in
that's
Game
also
7,
unacceptable.
which is unacceptable. You got to drive in runs. That's the problem they had, especially in like early on in the game. I remember there was like bottom of the third or bottom of the second or whatever it was. They had like the bases loaded or two guys up,
Yeah.
and they couldn't bring any of those guys in. They couldn't hit when it came most. And a guy like Dalton Varsho, I mean, what a terrible Game 7. He did not hit the ball once. Like, in those moments, you got to have one of those guys to step up and hit the ball. And they didn't get that. What sucked was when in those moments, the hitters that we didn't want hitting were in those moments. Like imagine Clement was there and hit the ball in a base hit and they win the game.
Well, Clement did hit a pop fly in the 11th,
I'm saying like
like
previous.
literally first pitch.
I'm saying like previously,
Oh, previously, yeah,
like
yeah,
in the ninth or whatever it was. But it's just
yeah.
it sucks, man. And then obviously another home run in from the Dodgers, and then Barger they basically knew that he was gonna they were gonna walk him because Kirk was up next, and they know Kirk with a certain kind of pitch he can't really hit that ball. Fucking bat breaks, double play, and the Dodgers win the World Series. I mean, we got to give them we got to shout out the Dodgers. I think we got to give them some credit. I mean, they were the last team to play baseball last year, winning the World Series. They were the first team coming in, playing in Japan, and they played all this way. They played the Wild Card Series. They played the Phillies. They played the Brewers, and they came into Toronto. They all the away team, by the way, too, came into Toronto, won Game 6 and 7. Could be controversial fashion, but they did do it, and won back-to-back World Series. Otani, had a slow start to the postseason.
It was a,
It was a
it was
slow
a good
start,
world. It was a good postseason.
but
Started off slow, but
he came. But
when they needed it most,
when they needed him most. Like that game 4 against the Brewers, arguably one of the most dominant performances in a playoff game we've ever seen. Coming in pitching unbelievably, okay, barely giving up any runs, and hitting 3 homers along with that oh my goodness, NLCS game 4 clinching game. That's actually insane. I've never
yeah, no, it is.
that's that and people and the Otani haters. I mean, like, listen. I mean, like, you can hate and say he had a bad post. Like, you can't. You just can't say he had a bad postseason when he's having performances like that. I've never seen any player on any other baseball team have that in the postseason. Just generational. The guy is a starting pitcher and is probably the best hitter, the best player in the entire
Yeah,
MLB.
yeah, in baseball. Yeah, he is.
And I want to give a shout out to Yamamoto winning the MVP also. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. He has an arm of steel. The fact that he pitched the entire basically game 6, 96 pitches, okay? He comes into game 7. Nobody thought he was going to play. Nobody.
No,
And he comes in. That arm was probably so dead. He comes in and finishes the job and wins the World Series. The Dodgers didn't use a bullpen pitcher in Game 7. You know that, right?
yeah, they used the lefty, right?
Was it the guy that fought Jimenez?
Jimenez.
On Twitter, people were saying he wasn't a bullpen guy. So was he actually a bullpen guy?
Yes, he is.
Okay, then. Well, then that was wrong. But other than that, Glass now came in. Snell came in. We saw Yamamoto come in. Otani started the game, right?
Yeah,
After he gave up Bo's 3-run homer. Out.
hooked.
Hooked. But, yeah, the Dodgers, man. Ruining baseball as they have been with all this
Yeah.
money. I mean, what are your thoughts on the LA Dodgers? I mean, Did the better team win the World Series, as the guy on Sportsnet said, who was getting grilled, by the way, grilled by fans. The Blue Jays out hit and outscored the Dodgers like 36 to like 20 something. Like they had more runs than them,
Yeah.
but still lost the World Series. What I couldn't understand is how does Kike Hernandez and Pages run into each other and Buddy still catches the ball? Is that not luck? Is that not like some sort of like baseball god luck right there? How does that happen? Just talk about the Dodgers, Justin. What do you think of this team?
The Jays were played as a better team overall, but the Dodgers had more clutch hits in key moments than the Blue Jays in this World Series. And this Dodgers team, dude, the Dodgers are going to continue to spend money because, bro, they don't care what anybody thinks, bro. Mookie Betts, former World Series MVP, bro, back in 2018 with the Red Sox. Ohtani, Freeman, who's a dog. Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow. It's just ridiculous. Kike Hernandez, who's been a dog for them for the past 10 years in the playoffs. That's why they love him over there in LA. It's like the Dodgers are going to be a problem.
Nah, fuck Kike Hernandez calling out Drake, bro. You see that shit? Oh my god, okay. We gotta talk about that. Bringing in the boy,
okay.
Bringing in Drizzy, making this Kendrick Drake shit again. Holy
Drake
shit,
doesn't
dude.
even know who Kike Hernandez is, bro. Kike Hernandez just wants that. I'm dumb. Guy bringing up Drake. It always surrounds Drake, bro. It doesn't matter what. It's crazy, bro.
And their whole I guess their parade, but I remember this guy was and they still not like us. Are you serious? What are we talking about, man?
Oh my god, bro.
All because Drake was trolling Ohtani on Instagram with the strikeout. That's all it was. He was just trolling. And then
bro,
they take it. Oh man, they just have to bring in the boy like that and just disrespect the sixth god. And but continue with the Dodgers.
No, it's just the Dodgers are going to be good for if we don't know
a long time. It's going to be a long time.
And you know what? They already have multiple World Series. They've been to multiple finals, and you know what? They're going to try and continue their maybe a dynasty. Maybe next year they'll win it again.
They already have a dynasty. They won in 2020. No, does that not count?
Oh, yeah.
That's 3 and 5 years.
Oh, okay. But that people are does that really count? Because that was COVID and they only played 60 games or whatever it was. So people are yeah, that doesn't really count.
I don't know.
It's up to
It's up to I guess I don't know, but now Ohtani in his parade was let's go get a third. Apparently he speaks English. The guy has his The guy has his interpreter every single game. Yeah, he has his interpreter, as they said on the broadcast. I know for a fact Ohtani can speak perfect English. That is I remember on the broadcast he brought his translator or interpreter, and I remember he said in perfect English, "Thank you so much, guys." Did you nah. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, dude? He speaks perfect English. This is a lie. The fact oh my god, man. It's just too funny.
I don't know. People also think Ohtani's gambling because with this whole
isn't there someone in jail for him? Is someone not sitting in jail for him right now?
His translator last year, because he got a new one, his old translator was gambling with his money on games and stuff. So he got a new translator, and now people think that Ohtani was part of the gambling with his translator, but they haven't proved that. They've only proved that his translator was the one stealing money from him.
Wow.
That's what. So I'm okay, bro.
It's just oh man.
I'm done, bro. It's just ridiculous. Okay.
I hope the Jays get another shot at the Dodgers. Before we move on to hockey, do you think the Dodgers will three-peat next year?
No.
And if not, who is the team that beats them? The Blue Jays. Okay.
We're just gonna win the World Series next year, bro. Bro, we were literally like a 1.5 outs away from winning the World Series. Okay, with this team, we're only gonna get better. Okay, we're gonna get a full season of Shane Bieber. We're gonna get a full season of Trey Savage. We're gonna sign new players. We're gonna sign better players than IKF. We're gonna get a better bullpen, hopefully. We're gonna get a better closer, hopefully, than Jeff Hoffman. And there is no excuse to not go back to the postseason, to not go back to the World Series.
Like
Okay,
Jeff Hoffman, man.
such a loser. Oh my god, all season, bro,
All
all season,
season. I know, I know.
dude, dude,
What about our boy Louis Varland? Pitched in 15 out of
bro.
18 games. This guy was John Schneider's like main boy.
Little boy, bro. Like that's like, bro, go out there and pitch every game for me, dude. I felt bad for Varland, bro. Every game he was using him, bro. Like let the man rest, man. Like Varland's a dog too. I like
Yariel
Varland.
Rodriguez didn't see the field at all.
Yeah, he didn't see the field. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's
Like
just
I guess he just doesn't
they
exist.
just
Like,
yeah, but John Schneider has a circle of people, and apparently Brennan Little was a part of that for whatever reason, giving up all these
oh,
stupid ass plays.
the organization picked up John Schneider's contract for next year, so he's gonna be managing the team next year.
Are you happy with that?
Um, I gotta be honest. John Schneider is not the reason why we lost Game Seven. I believe that truly in my heart. John Schneider is not the reason why we lost the World Series. I think I think with last year's performance, like not this year, like last year when they had like 74 wins, I think yes, he was getting a lot of heat, and throughout this season, he was getting a lot of heat because of his managing skills. But I do believe he has gotten better with his managing skills because like he's not the reason why we lost the World Series. I
No, it's
will
on the
stand.
players. It's
I
on the
will die on the
players.
hill. Yeah, it's on Hoffman. Okay, and it's on the hitters. Okay, I think he got us to a Game Seven of a World Series. I think you got to give him another season. Like, like that doesn't just go unnoticed, bro. Like we were mid for a what maybe 15-20% of the season, and we turned it around. And I think John Schneider was a big part of that. I think the guys really like John Schneider in that clubhouse. We see him partying with the guys, when they won in New York. He seems to be loved in that clubhouse. And I think if you got rid of him after this postseason run, I think the guys would have been really pissed off. So I think keeping him was a good decision,
You
and I
know,
think we can see that he's getting better.
you know who wouldn't have been mad? Don Mannerling. I'm pretty sure the reason he left the organization was because he didn't think that the Blue Jays were gonna re-sign John Schneider. I have a theory.
And he wanted to be
And
manager.
he wanted to be manager exactly. And that
Well,
because why would you leave this ball club?
yeah,
Why would you leave this ball club for any other reason? Right? You know Schneider's contract was good, like it was in the option of being picked up for this year. And if they didn't win, you would think, maybe they got to move. Maybe he's not the guy. Obviously, they still believe in John Schneider, Ross Atkins, and Mark Shapiro. But that's why I think Manley
maybe.
left.
Yeah, I think Mattingly wants to be a manager somewhere else, and it wouldn't be surprising if he goes to manage another team. Like, give him, he's a former ball player, like what 30 years ago, right? Like, let him go manage a team, bro. Maybe
So we'll sign off on the Blue Jays until next year. But what a great season! What a great season!
yeah, bro.
Should have been what could have been and what should have been a first World Series since 1993. Amazing memories that you and I and many Blue Jays fans will never forget. You
We'll
know,
never forget.
the
We'll
city,
never forget
this
this Vladdy.
like Halloween downtown ex Blue Jays. Like
Yeah,
the city was immaculate. Um,
yeah.
all these teams like the Leafs and Raptors moving their games just so people can watch the Blue Jays. Scotiabank Arena hosting watch parties for the Blue Jays. Everybody just being behind this organ. Even in Edmonton, McDavid complaining that they were showing the Blue Jays game on the broadcast, which we will talk about. We're going to talk about that. But unbelievable, unbelievable run for the Blue Jays. They'll be back stronger, and I think next year they'll have a better shot, and they'll prove people wrong and hopefully win the World Series. But we need to talk about hockey. Do you want to talk about McDavid doing that? Hold on. You're muted. Yeah, we cannot hear you right now. No problem, but I'll talk to the people. Uh,
Uh,
Yo, hello.
basically,
basically,
I hear my
I
echo.
hear my echo.
Oh my goodness, Justin. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we're
No.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
But I hear
But
myself
I hear
again.
myself again.
What?
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 Bro,
Yeah.
it's because my
Yeah.
AirPods, bro.
Well, anyway,
Well, anyway,
I will tell the
I will
people
tell the people
that.
that,
Oh my God, this is
oh
gonna
my
bother
God,
me.
this is going to bother me.
But
But
McDavid
McDavid,
had a problem with the Oilers, doing that and putting the Blue Jays game on their broadcast. I mean, he thought it was weird, distracting. I mean, it's Game 7 of the World Series, dude. You're playing the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't think anyone cares. Um, can you want to say something on that?
Yo, McDavid, he's a fraud, and he's a known loser. I don't understand. What is he complaining about? Bro, you're playing the Hawks in the middle of a rebuild, and you're complaining that the Edmonton is playing the Blue Jays World Series Game 7, okay, for the whole country. The whole country's behind this one team, okay? And you're complaining that they're playing it at the hockey. Like, why does it matter to you, bro? If you're so good, it shouldn't be distracting you, bro. Like, what is it to you, bro? You're playing the Hawks. Go score. Actually, sorry, you can't score. I forgot. Okay, you're struggling to score as a so-called best player in the league. Sorry. Go do your thing against the Hawks, okay, while other people enjoy the Edmonton game while they watch the Blue Jays game. Okay, what is wrong with that? I'm so confused. Why? Because oh my god, he was distracted. So what? It's not like it's a playoff game. Like, dude, it's a game in like end of October. Like, the season just started. Like, really, bro? You make $12 million a year just to play for Edmonton, and you're complaining about them showing the game against the Hawks. Okay, man. Like, give it a break, bro. Like, honestly, give it a break, man. Like, loses in the final, complains about the arena showing like the biggest game of the day, like in the world.
In the world.
in the world,
Series.
the World Series.
You really gonna complain about that, bro? All right, bro. I hope you lose another Stanley Cup final, bro. I swear, bro. You guys are a loser, man.
All right. Let's talk about let's go into hockey. I want to talk about the NHL rookie race for the Calder. I mean, Matty Schaefer. 17 years old, like unbelievable defenseman for the New York Islanders. He's putting on a show. Ivan Demidov in Montreal putting on a show. Do you think that those are our two clear candidates for the Calder right there?
I 100% think they are. I mean, Demidov has been great for them. Schaefer, I do believe Schaefer should be in the race. I mean, he's doing this as a defenseman. Like, come on. Like, and he's 18 years old, right? Like, this is literally his first, like, 15 games into the NHL season, and he's doing this. He's been consistent all season so far. I think he's been great. And, I mean, Schaefer's got to be leading the Calder race. I mean, I know the Islanders haven't been great, but him himself has been absolutely sensational. So, especially at such a young age, I think he should definitely be leading the Calder race as of right now.
Yeah, I've liked the play of Schaefer for sure. I mean, I'm a Habs fan, so I'm a little biased, but I love watching Demidov play. He's been clutch in certain moments, in certain games he's taken over. And I mean, just a point shy of a point per game. I mean, a lot of people saying he can crack 80, 90 points this year in his first year. And if he goes on a little bit of a streak, he could. It's very possible he could be a point per game player.
Who?
Demidov. He could be.
80 to 90 points.
He could be.
He could be.
He could. He
Could.
has potential.
He has potential.
This year?
This year.
This year.
People have been saying
People have been saying that.
Jesus Christ.
Look at the start.
Look at the start.
Look at the start he's had.
Look at the start he's had.
12 points in 13
12 points in 13 games.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm just saying it's
I'm
possible.
just saying it's possible.
Yeah, but just because he got into a hot start, that doesn't mean he's gonna keep it up.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
You never
you
know.
do
You
never
never
but, like,
know.
That's okay.
Okay.
I
I guess I'll eat those words
I'll
later.
eat those words later.
We'll see. But speaking of Demidov, we'll go into the Montreal Canadiens right now. I mean, tied for first in the Eastern Conference. Solid start to the season. We got to talk about a few things. We'll talk about the highs. Nick Suzuki, obviously. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Craig Button went on the. Craig Button said Suzuki is a top 3 center in the league right now. As a Habs fan, I completely disagree with that. I've been arguing with Justin top 10. I think we both agreed on borderline top 10. We've only been a month and a bit in the season. Not even just a month into the season, and we've got takes like that. I mean, I don't know. I love Nick Suzuki. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a top 3 center in the league, Justin. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted back. I was like, "LMAO, what did I just see? Top 3 centers, bro? Are we forgetting? Eichel is in MVP talks. Eichel, McKinnon, McFraud, Matthews, Jack Hughes.
Matthews,
huh?
Dude, Matthews has been going off.
11 points in
14 games.
Okay, bro, he's been on a tear for the past 5 games, bro. He's doing his thing.
I don't know, but continue.
Okay. But anyway, Nick Suzuki, top 3 center. So we're also just forgetting Draisaitl exists. Obviously it's just for clickbait because nobody's actually thinks that. That's just ridiculous. Bro, for the past 5 years, we keep talking about, okay, McKinnon, McDavid, Draisaitl. What do they all have in common? Oh, they all play center. So how does just Nick Suzuki just randomly spawn into the top 3 center? What? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense?
It's interesting.
It's just... And Jack Eichel, who was literally in MVP talks, Eichel's better than Suzuki. How is Suzuki now just leapfrogging Jack Eichel? What? How does that make any logical sense?
Oh man,
that
even as a
Habs fan, I just can't.
I can't take that. I can't have that take. I respect the Suzuki, but he's not a top 3 center in the league. But anyway, who else? Cole Caulfield. I mean, the scoring is back. You know, he's tied in the league with 10 goals. I think, unless Cutter Gauthier passed him last night in that 7-5 win or 7-3 win against the Stars. I don't know. But Caulfield is up there in goals, which is great. It's a great start. 10 goals in about a month. That's amazing. Could potentially see 40 for the first time in his career. He was close last year. We could definitely see that. Demidov, we talked about him. That's a very big highlight for him, obviously, and for that team. I want to talk about the Dobson trade as well. I mean, last night was probably his best game. Almost gave up an own goal, but he did defend that, and he had the most minutes for the team. You know, these guys have been he's been a dog. I want to talk about Hudson. Hudson's been consistent as well. But some guys, and Dobish as well. Dobish is going to be and should be the number 1 goalie for that team. He blamed himself for that 4-3 loss in overtime last night. I don't know if you saw that, but I don't think that was his fault. He's been an absolute wagon for the Habs. I mean, seven wins and 1 overtime loss. You know, compared to Montembeault, who, you know, in the Philadelphia game gave up 3 goals in 10 minutes, 3 goals on 6 shots. What are you doing? So let's go into the bad people right now that are not playing great. Montembeault is one of those people, and I think he's single-handedly taken himself off Team Canada and will definitely not be going into the Olympics anymore. I mean, last year he had a decent year, but I don't know what happened to this guy, but he literally said, I don't want to play for Team Canada anymore. He took himself off the roster. You know how when people play 4 contracts to get better contracts, he played the opposite. He wants off Team Canada, and I could not be more happy with that, with the way he's been playing. Binnington is definitely going to be that lock for them.
Okay. Is Binnington a lock? Because he's also been absolutely horrid.
Who else does Canada have?
Well, Aiden Hill hasn't played. He's injured. Stuart Skinner.
Logan Thompson.
Oh yeah, Thompson should definitely get in there. Stuart Skinner's ass, but like Bennington's been trash.
Stuart Skinner's ass is on your
fantasy hockey team.
Yeah, because I need goalies.
So I guess Kachuk's
Roadhouse Warriors is just accepting shit goaltending.
It's such a good name. It's such a good name. It's, oh my god, I came up with that myself. I'm so proud of myself. I was like, oh my god, this is tremendous.
But Montembeault is
Montembeault.
He's Montembeault. I don't want him on Team Canada. I don't even want him on my team right now. Just give me Dobish and Fowler, and we'll be okay. Who else has been bad? Josh Anderson and Brendan Gallagher have been horrific, and same with Jake Evans. That whole line, horrific. Not great. Patrick Laine, dude, where the hell are you at, man? Where the hell are you at? Yeah, I know, but come back and prove that you're a good player. Like, what the hell, man? You just come in, get healthy scratched in the first postseason appearance from the Habs since 2021. Healthy scratched, okay? That's insane. After taking on a $9.2 million contract? Are you serious right now? Like, dude, you got to perform. You got to get back to Winnipeg Jets Patrick Laine. On defense, no complaints. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of things on Carrier, but like I don't expect much from him. He's more of like a second line right winger defenseman. So I'm not complaining about the defense. I think St. Louis last night, questionable calls with ice time. I mean, Bolduc and Demidov under 15 minutes of ice time. I mean, for Demidov, he had 10 minutes or 11 minutes. That's really... And even Caulfield, too. Like, he had, 13 minutes or something like that. That's unacceptable.
Why?
I don't know. It just...
Caulfield's your star.
Exactly. He's got the most goals on the team. He's played under 15 minutes in a game against the Devils for the Eastern Conference title. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But, I'm not too concerned with that. What I am also concerned with Montreal, and you could jump in on this, is they can't win in regulation. They have 4 regulation wins out of their 9 wins, and that's going to be a problem later on in the season. You can get away with it now because overtime's fun. It's October. You get into it. But when you're getting towards those playoff clinching games, you've got to be able to close them out in regulation. Because let's not forget, besides goal differential, regulation wins take into a part on if you make playoffs, especially if you are tied on points and the goal differential's tied as well. The Habs need to start getting regulation wins. If I'm looking at the standings here, let's go to the Atlantic Division real quick. The Habs have 4 regulation wins. That is tied with Buffalo and Ottawa, who are last in the division. Above them is Detroit with 6, Toronto with 6, Florida with 6, Tampa and Boston with 5. So I think they need to step it up a bit with getting the job done in regulation. But what are your thoughts on the Habs so far?
I think the Habs have. They're first place in the Atlantic for a reason. So I think when they get into overtime, they're extremely clutch because more than half their wins have been past regulation. I do believe that the regulation wins, only having 4 regulation wins, is kind of concerning. But throughout the season, you're gonna have what? How many wins do you expect to have in overtime?
You don't even know. I
don't even know.
10,
maybe.
Around there, right? So if it comes early, then it comes early, right? What are you gonna do? I think Dobish has got to be the clear-cut starter. I'm sorry, but Montembeault, this is unacceptable. How can you go from last year actually playing pretty decent, to just horrid, absolutely terrible performances this year? I don't understand it. I think the defense was one of the highlights heading into the season for this Habs team, and they've been tremendous. They've been really good. Mike Matheson has been great for them this year, I think, because it's taken a little bit off his load, with Dobson coming in, and then obviously Hudson, taking, the same role as he did last year. So I think the defense has been great. Osakowski has started off quite well, considering last year he was demoted to the 4th line. He's done quite well this season. He's getting into the groove. And I think, dude, this Habs team is continuing to be fun to watch. They're winning games. It doesn't really matter how they're winning as of right now, but they're still winning games, and that's all that matters, to start the season, start off hot. And, for first place in the Atlantic. I think the overtime wins is kind of nitpicking a little bit because, they are first place.
They
you
are.
know, this
Yeah,
had
They
this,
are.
they
Yeah.
are, you know. So I think, you know, Habs fans are just kind of just making sure, you know, like just trying to clear, you know, little bits and pieces. But I think, you know, they've been great, so you can't really go wrong with any of their performances other than Montebo. But Nick Suzuki I think he's leading the league in assists. I think he has like what 16, 17 assists or something.
most points.
Most points
since First Nations.
since First Nations.
Yeah, and Caulfield scoring goals, and you know, even Doc. I think it's Doc. Who scored 2 goals a couple days ago? Was it Doc?
Yes,
was
it
it,
was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Doc's been decent as well. And it's like, you know what? The more that these guys come together, the more of a powerhouse they're going to be. And it's only a matter of time before they all start clicking at once. And I think they're going to be a problem for a long time. So
Yeah, I would have.
I would have to.
I'd have to agree with you there. Absolutely. I want to talk about another team before we move on. I think because really not much is really happening besides just
It's just
not much is really happening.
what we've been
seeing. Quickly, Ovi 900 goals. Congratulations to that. That is the most goals ever.
Congratulations.
Ever.
So
Yeah.
So
That's wild.
Ovi doing it at
we'll be doing it at
this age. Can he
this
hit
age.
1,000?
Can he hit 1,000?
No.
No.
He's retiring after
He's
this
retiring
season,
after the
apparently.
season, apparently.
It's not gonna happen. 100 more goals. That's like what? 3 more seasons? 4?
2.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, like 900 goals, like that's still insane. Like
Nobody's
Nobody's going to touch that
unless it's your boy.
over in
Toronto.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Almost 1,000 goals. Matthews might do it, but regards to Obi, I mean that's huge. It would have been cool if he did it against the Pittsburgh Penguins against Crosby. That would have been sick, but it's okay. You know, what can you do?
And then Bennington trying to steal the puck. Like that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Bro. But
Dude, sell that shit.
Did you
Sell that shit on like eBay.
Make a fortune.
that was funny, but he got caught, which sucked. But
Let's talk about the Anaheim Ducks. Oh my goodness. First in the Pacific Division. 9-3-1 plus 13 goal differential on a 5-game heater. Cutter Gauthier proving that the trade from the Flyers was a terrible mistake.
No.
I mean, Zegers
has been good.
No. Okay. Wasn't the Cutter Gauthier deal for Jamie Drysdale?
Yeah.
Okay. The Gauthier deal. Let's not forget, Gauthier didn't want to be there. Like, remember the reports where like he doesn't want to be here. Tortorella is like giving him tough time. Gauthier like cannot stand being in Philadelphia. So there's context. There's context to that, you know.
But he's having a great
season so far.
He is.
Leo Carlson's
having a great year.
He is.
The New York Rangers
alumni
in Trouba and Kreider having great seasons.
Trouba's been great.
Trouba has like the best. He's the best plus minus in the league. So that's really, interesting. Kreider as well. Turning back the clock.
Troy
Terry, by the way.
Scary Terry.
And this is without Frank Vatrano doing, what he's done for the past couple of years.
Even McTavish.
Yeah, McTavish really hasn't done much either. Even that Bennett Senecki dude.
Bennett Seneca.
Oh yeah, Bennett Seneca. What a name, by the way. Bennett Seneca. He's been good as well. Killorn's been like, bro. And again, Dostal has been great, and it's because they have fire jerseys, man. See, when you have good jerseys, and you're a young upcoming team, you're a vibe, and the Ducks are a vibe, bro. Like, this is crazy, bro. Out in the Honda Center, they're just putting up a show. I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
I call it the
Honda.
I call it the Honda Civic.
But insane.
Love what they're doing. Can they maintain it? I hope so. To me, it looks like they're gonna make playoffs. They just went into Dallas
and
just demolished
the playoff team.
Yeah, like 7-3.
Now,
7-3.
was Casey DeSmith?
Okay,
but like, where's Rantanen, Robo, Hintz?
Yeah,
Johnson.
Unbelievable.
Harley.
And they're first.
They're
first
in the Pacific Division.
I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that. But great start for the Ducks. I mean, I hope to see them in the playoffs. And I think if they continue to be this way, they're gonna have their struggles. But if they continue to play like this, they're gonna shock. They're gonna shock a big team in the first round. And maybe it could be Vegas. I don't know. It could be Vegas. I mean, Marner's having a decent season. But I want to talk about that when we talk about the Leafs because they're really saying Marner is being missed over there.
Is Marner being missed?
I don't know. Maybe because of their struggles before. But I mean, Matthew Nice has more points.
I mean,
John Tavares has more points.
Matthews.
I mean, he didn't play a few games.
Matthews is scoring goals. It doesn't look like
we're
missing Marner now. Again, everybody, the whole narrative was like, oh, we're missing Marner. But again, the Leafs always have a mid-October. Like, that's just normal. Dude, when it comes to November time, the Leafs lock in, bro. They're like one of the best teams in the league. Three straight wins in November, and like we're absolutely cruising. We just beat a good Utah Mammoth team. Dude, we're flying, bro. Stoley's looking great. Wool's gonna come back soon. Matthews looking like his old self a little bit. Nyes looking like an absolute dog as always. Michelli starting to put up points. And I gotta say, Nick Robertson, as much as I give him slack, he's actually been quite good for the past 2.5 weeks. I gotta give him credit. Again, me. I don't wanna shit on Leafs players. But when I see that they're being trash, I will call them out. But when I see them being good, I will praise them. Nick Robertson has done tremendously well for the past 2.5 weeks. And if he can keep this up, we have no problem signing him into the lineup. Okay? He's been great. He's fast. He's been getting in the corners, winning puck battles. I'm like, okay, this is what we wanted. He's been doing that. The turnovers, it's been getting lower, Obviously, turnovers will happen, but he's not having as many, and he's there. He's grinding it out. And that's what we want to see from a fast, skilled winger. And Nick Robertson's doing that. And he's scoring goals as well a little bit. But this is good. This is what we want to see. Maybe it took him a little bit more longer than other players, to develop as a player, which is completely understandable. But doing his thing right now, and if he can keep it up, no problem sliding him into maybe potentially a top 6 winger role. We don't know. He's been great. JT looking like his old self, scoring goals. Willie Nylander, absolute dog. Willie Styles looking great and feeling great and playing great. Willie Styles, absolute dog, had like a 3-point, like 2 goals in the third period against Utah. Was absolutely sensational. Willie Styles he's just legendary, bro. Like Willie Styles, like he just doesn't care, bro. No, sorry, it was against Pittsburgh. It was against Pittsburgh where he had the 2 goals in third period. He's been absolutely killer so far, coming back from his little injury. Riley's still trash. I got to be honest. Riley is just inexcusable at this point. I'm done talking about that loser. McCabe, I tweeted this. Jake McCabe is one of the best defensive defensemen in the league. Jake McCabe, bro, he does not care who you are. He will get that puck off you no matter what. Okay, McCabe, it will go into the boards anytime, any place. He will get into the corners and he will get the puck off you. McCabe is sensational. Is absolutely sensational. Okay, phenomenal. And yeah,
few players I want to see more. Max Domi.
Okay.
Max Domi. I wrote in an article for the 6 on Ice website. 3 players I think need to step up are Max Domi. Max Domi definitely needs to pick up the scoring. He's had opportunities with that top line before this season as well, and it's 3 points in 14 games or 4 points in 13 or 14 games is not really acceptable. He was known for his playmaking, but if imagine they can get like a glimpse, just a little bit of the 2018-19 Domi where he got 72 points in 82 games. Just imagine where this team would be with secondary scoring, because at the end of the day, you cannot rely on your top guys to always score goals for you. It's not going to happen, right? And that's where I think the Leafs are going to struggle, or were struggling in October with, and I think they might struggle throughout the season, is secondary scoring, which leads me to my next player, Bobby McMahon. We need a bit more from Bobby McMatthews. He needs to start putting the puck in the net, getting to his 20-goal self. Now, it's going to take some time, but I feel like him on that second line, he's had a lot of opportunities to get there. And, 5 points in 14 games as well. I think he needs to step up a little bit more. And then Carlo as well, with everything that happened with the Stolars incident, being more tough. We need to see more of his Bruin side. He is playing his former team tomorrow in Toronto, and then back at TD Garden on Tuesday. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of fire ignited in
Brandon Carlo.
Yeah, a Brandon Carlo goal would be, apparently he hasn't scored since last year, like the 4th game of the season for the Boston Bruins. So maybe if he could, squeak one by, against the Bruins, on the next game or next Tuesday, we'll take that.
But what do you think of my players that need to improve? Do you agree?
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, I was watching the game against Utah, and I'm like, dude, Max Domi is like literally invisible. I don't know where he is, and it's like he's just not playing. Max Domi is not putting up points. He's not really shooting. Like, I gotta be honest, I don't really know what Max Domi does. Like, he's kind of just there, like, just doing cardio. Like, it's just... And it sucks, because we loved Max Domi when he was first here, but the more he plays, the more I'm like, it's time for him to just leave. Like, it's just, like, he does nothing. Like, he's just there, skating around. Yeah. Bobby McMatthews, I'm gonna let him slide a little bit, because I like Bobby McMatthews. So he does have to continue to produce, because 5 points in 14 games is unacceptable considering you're playing in the top 6 role. It's not acceptable whatsoever. But I will give him a little bit more time. But Max Domi, he's more of a veteran and he should be performing better. This is just crazy work. Carlo, again, my take on Carlo. We overpaid for him, and he's just been mid. Like, it's.
Let's not forget
what you gave up.
Fraser Minton,
who could have been a decent prospect
and a first round pick.
Yeah.
I didn't like the trade from the start, and Carlo might honestly be a Boston Bruins agent. He might be a double agent. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest, bro. Dude, he comes from Boston. Okay, one of the most hated teams, that this family's had. Like, we cannot stand Boston, and like he's doing this on our team. Like, dude, he's a double agent. He's gotta be a double agent. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. A first and Fraser Minton. Okay.
Yeah.
In the division rival, by the way. Oh, it's just disgusting.
These next two games are going to be his biggest games of the league.
Yeah, this is disgusting. He's a double agent.
But overall, you should be pretty happy.
With your team right now.
Yeah, I'm dude. 3 straight wins. We're absolutely flying. Nye's looking like a beast. Matthews scoring goals. He's looking like, especially on the breakaway, by a beautiful pass by McCabe against the Penguins, where he was on that breakaway. I was like, okay.
How about that comeback?
Huh?
Yeah.
4 goals in the third.
period.
Third period, bro. Matty Nyes. Oh, Matthews, Willie, Matty Nyes, bro. Core 4.
Can't complain.
What are we talking about?
Can't complain.
Forget that loser Mitch Marner, bro. Core 4 is here, bro. What are we talking about? Matty Nyes in there. He's part of the Core 4. Let's talk about it, bro.
New Core
4.
Morgan Riley still ass, but that's just been normal. Like, Morgan Riley. What does Morgan Riley do? Like, I didn't want to touch on it, but now I'm touching on it. What does Morgan Riley actually do? No, honestly, please answer. What does he do?
Plays defense,
sort of.
Does he play defense? Okay. So that answer, I'm gonna ask you another question. We're paying him what?
7.5.
7.5
to play defense. Our best defender, so called. We're paying him 7.5 just to play defense.
Is he scoring?
Is he
scoring? I don't think so.
No. He's still on the first power play.
No, he's not. I think
OEL took a spot.
No, because Riley was playing first power play a couple days ago. I was like, okay, we're not scoring. It's done. I don't understand.
No, you gotta check him.
You gotta check him in real life.
I hope to see him one day.
Like, imagine you're walking downtown Toronto, and you see him. What are you gonna say to him?
I'm telling you to get off my hockey team. We don't care that you're married to Tessa Virtue. We don't care. Get off my hockey team. You are stealing money from the organization. Every week we do this, and it's the same conversation because he has done nothing. We've had this conversation, I think, about 150 times. Actually, that's not even possible because I don't think we've ever done 150 videos. Okay, maybe about like 70 times. I've lost count.
I think we're on a 100 episode 117.
Episode 117.
So
okay,
close.
so we've probably had this conversation about 110 times.
Wow.
Tell you.
Oof.
And
well,
look, next week we're gonna have the exact same conversation because we can do absolutely nothing this past weekend.
I'll hold you to it.
Okay, you hold me to it.
We will open the podcast up with
Morgan Riley's play.
Okay.
From Saturday
up until
okay, just the two games against Boston. We'll probably record before or just after. So we'll see how he does against
Boston
and go from there. And I think that'll wrap up the podcast. Is there anything you wanted to say before we head it off?
Anything I want to say?
The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Oh my god, I got a lot to say. Drake, you got to drop that album soon, bro. We are waiting. Yeah, I'm gonna just go completely off topic here, so just don't mind me. Drake, you got to drop this album, bro. We need this shit bad. We've been waiting. It's October's done, bro. Like, come on, bro. Smiley dropped today, and bro, there's a couple bangers on there. Like Smiley, like, but Drake, where are you, bro? That's one thing. Blue Jays World Series run next year. You know, Kyle Tucker, Blue Jay. It's gonna happen. Next week, Ecuador, Canada. Hello, next Thursday. Bro, Ecuador released new jerseys today. The all black ones.
You buying one?
I already am buying one, bro. They're all black. What are you talking about? Yeah, dude, World Cup. Dude, World Cup's fastly approaching. I'm just gonna say it, dude. We're almost in 2026.
We will be talking about
the World Cup.
The World Cup is soon. Oh my god, bro, we are ecstatic for that. Raptors, low key mid, but low key good. I don't really know what to think. No defense whatsoever, but they're winning games. They're like 3-game win streak, so I guess. And yeah, I think that's it, bro. Yeah.
Okay, well,
that was a great episode
of the podcast.
And
we will see you guys.
See you guys next week.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. And hopefully, we have that debate about Morgan Riley next week.
I hope so too.
Okay. Well, we will see you guys on the next one.
Take care.
And peace.